Hey guys, hey, welcome to Mondays with Mark. I'm Mark, and this is Smokeysteveandmarc. Oh yes, it is! Welcome or welcome back, and coming to you from the front porch because the weather broke. Beautiful day, beautiful, almost 70 degrees, the sun is out, perfect time to get my hands a little dirty, and that's what I've been doing. I've been working out in the garden, so today we're gonna have a good time. It's Garden 2024, ooh. And I'm pretty excited because last year I didn't have the opportunity to start the garden from, the very beginning because we moved and it was hard to do, so we really didn't do too much with the garden. And this year we have so many cool plans for the garden. We're gonna expand it and update it, and pretty much that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna share with you my garden plans. I have a little garden shopping haul for you. Those are always fun, right? And and as promised, I have some viewer pictures from last week's solar eclipse. They're so awesome. You guys, wait till you see them. You guys really came through sending those pictures in. They are really incredible. And of course we have a project, right? And it's our first garden project of the season. It's awfully cute too, So anyway, you know what? Let me get all cleaned up and we'll head inside and I'll meet you on the couch and we'll get this going. Come on. That's better. Oh yes, all cleaned up and fresh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have all my notes. Okay, so we are ready to go. I know there are a few people out there who also garden, and we kind of garden together over the past few years, so I bet that you're as excited as I am. So why don't we start with, I thought I would just tell you a little bit about my garden plans for this year. So I'm definitely going to be upgrading and expanding. Last year I didn't have enough time to thoroughly plan and execute everything, but this year I do, and I have a lot of projects in store, and one of them is going to be a potting shed or a potting table of some sort that I'm going to put by the garden there, so I have a place to work. I don't have anything like that now, and it would be really helpful. So between myself and Steven's father, I think we can build one. Okay, now Steven's father doesn't know it yet, so I'm going to break the news to him this week sometime. But he's really good with wood, and I think we'll be able to do it. And then I decided to go with all raised beds this year, similar to this. I'm going to do 2 6-foot by 3-foot raised bed gardens. I think that'll help because the soil is terrible out there. It's very rocky, and a raised bed will definitely help that out for sure. But I hope I'm not overzealous on all these projects. I mean, you know how I get, So I made some templates to use for planning the garden this year, rather than just sketching them out real quick. But y'all know me, if you've been watching for a while, you know my garden templates here. I still just hand write it right on there like that, and I have a good bit done there. These are the 2 raised beds here that I'm gonna do, and well, let's see, you probably can't really understand it too well, maybe without a visual, right? So this was last year's garden back there, and we're going to keep that, but we're going to expand it a little with those raised beds. And back there, we're going to make that into a pumpkin patch. And then we're going to keep the one large pool there, and that's going to be our Indian painted corn. I'm going to slide him to the center, and the smaller pool, I'm going to move him up front for our spooky garden. And we're going to have eggplant and zucchini as well in with the pumpkins. Ooh. So coming down around the house, this is the yard and where the garden was, and well, is going to be this year. As you can see back there, that last windstorm we had on Friday totally blew down the back wall of my garden. They were just pallets, but I have to put them back up. And then we started last year exposing the wall here, and I'm going to continue that all the way up to here. And that whole area there in front of the wall, well, that's going to be my herb garden. Definitely, it's gonna like the herb garden. I think I'm most excited about this year because I'm gonna be able to have it go all up that wall. I think it's gonna look really, really nice, and I have a lot more space. I did put the herb garden in the front garden, like the one that was in front of the porch last year. But this year, the front is gonna be all different, just all flowers. It's gonna be really nice with the big rocks. Kind of not necessarily a rock garden, but there will be a lot of rocks in it. So, and I already have some plants ordered. I already have some planted. As a matter of fact, I already did plant the gladiolas there. I got the rainbow mix colors there. I put about 15 in. And then something new this year for me anyway, the Liatris. These look really, really pretty. They're in, and then from the other year, the tulips are in, and they're just about ready to bloom. They haven't bloomed yet, which I think is funny because I've seen tulips already bloomed other places, but they all have the buds and they're ready to open. So that's what we're gonna do with the garden there too, and. If they, oh, think of projects, right? So this year I decided to undertake planting all the plants that are going to go in the garden, the vegetables, the flowers, all of it. I'm going to start them all from seed, and I've already started too. I know that looks like a lot, and it is a lot. I mean, I don't need 20 tomato plants for sure. However, I'm going to take what I don't use to work. I planted a lot of seeds, and I'm going to take the rest to work, and I'm going to encourage my patients to maybe grow something this year, or maybe start a garden of their own. Maybe, tie it into some type of therapy or something. So anyway, just encourage them maybe to start their own garden. Wow. So that's that. And then propagating, oh my gosh, I've already, we have the cypress tree in the front of the of the house here, and I want to put some more shrubs. I want to start landscaping a little bit too, especially if we're going to be here for a while. And check it out, guys. I don't know if you can see. Can you see the roots? They rooted. I can't believe that they rooted. I tried so long. I tried dipping them in rooting hormone that way. I tried putting them in water. These ones I put in water, you may even remember, for Christmas. We used this exact thing for a Christmas display. We have a couple of them. And I thought, well, I'm just going to leave them in there, see what happens. And sure enough, they started to root about a month ago. It took that long for them to root. Well, cypress, they're a little tricky to root, but especially because I clipped them in the wintertime, not in the spring. I mean, this was old growth. It wasn't new, So anyway, I have a good maybe 5 or 6 of these there that this week I'll be transplanting into pots, and then eventually we'll be putting them outside or giving them away, since I actually don't know how many there are in there. There may even be 10. I'm pretty excited about the garden, and I know it probably was a little. I don't know if you could understand what I was talking about or not. I mean, especially with visual aids like this, right? but I don't know. Maybe at least you felt my excitement for the garden this year, and I really hope that. Maybe you're not a gardener, but you're thinking about it. Why don't you join me and throw a garden in, It doesn't have to be big. It could even be a few containers right on your porch. It doesn't have to be a huge undertaking, So, all right. Well, what should we do next? Oh, how about a little garden shopping haul? Garden haul, garden haul, garden haul. This isn't a real large one, but I was excited to share with you some things that I had got for the garden this year. And, well, in this box here, it's too big to open. However, I do have pictures. This is a wagon that I got to put right in front in the flower garden, the one in front of the porch. I think it's going to look so cool. You can put stuff in it, or we can put flowers in it. And I think I'm going to put the Elysium, the carpet of snow, the white and the purple, and have it just cascade down the side of it. I think it'll look really, really nice. And then I did pick up some all-weather curtains for outside, and on the left side of our porch, it's all open there. I'm gonna hang a rod, and I'm gonna put these curtains up there, because I tell you, when it's windy, it's like a wind tunnel in there. I don't know, it gets worse coming straight through the porch, and the rain comes 90% of the time the rain comes in from that side there. So much like I did at our old place for Oscar, so he wouldn't, well, that was for snow really, but this will keep out the rain and the snow. I can just pull it over when it's bad weather and then pull it over when it's nice. So I've been wanting to do that, so I'm really glad that I picked that up. And now for these next ones here, I have to show you, but I also have pictures of them because they were ordered and they're due any day. They're due to come in any day. And they're mostly plants, actually. Yes, they are. Here's my list here. Okay, so these are the plants that I ordered that are due like anytime, and I ordered these from Burpee. It's my favorite seed company. It's where I usually get all of my seeds from and my live plants. But other than that, I go to the local nurseries every year. But since I'm growing everything from seed this year, I decided to order some more unusual plants from Burpee. Starting with pumpkins on a stick. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, it's gonna go so perfectly in our Halloween garden, our spooky garden. Yep, I'm gonna keep one of those plastic round pools, and it's gonna go right in the front of our raised bed, and that's gonna be our spooky garden this year. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. And then I ordered the chrysanthemum matchstick. Look how awesome that looks. The colors are so cool. He's gonna go in the front garden there, and then I also got I don't know how to pronounce this, but the common name for it is masterwort. Astrantia, and the version of it is Moulin Rouge. How unique. Isn't that such an awesome looking flower? And the cut flowers look fabulous. You can dry them, put them in arrangements. Oh, okay. And then the Hersha, or the coral bells, and I got Paris. These are really good for shade gardens, and on the side of the porch there where I'm hanging the curtains, total shade there. So I'm hoping that this will take and grow in the shade there. And then the last one here, we have blackberries. I got a blackberry plant, and this one is supposed to bear fruit in the first year too. And it's for Steven. He wanted to grow blackberries this year, so it's all his once it comes. Let's see, I think that was it. Oh, I also got 2 aloe plants, larger. I love aloe. For my skin, love aloe. And I always had just tiny little ones, and they never grew, so I got 2 of these. They're both about this size, and I'm gonna let them grow, and I'll be able to clip them and use them on my skin. So a couple little house plants there. Speaking of, I splurged a little. Well, I guess not really. I joined Lively Root, and what it is it's a houseplant subscription service. So 4 times a year, or is it 3? It might be 3 times a year actually. They ship a new potted plant, a house plant for you, and I to add to the house plants, and it came. Peperomia, y'all. Watermelon peperomia. Or I think they're also called radiator plants, or the watermelon begonia. Doesn't he look nice? Oh, I can't wait. Now he'll fill out like real big. These are beautiful house plants. I really like these. I'm super thrilled with my first plant from Lively Root. I really am. I can't wait to see what comes next. Like I need more plants, but I do. I mean, how many plants are too many plants, really? Can anybody answer that question? There's never enough. Well, anyway, in addition to that, I got several bags of soil, for potting soil, and a couple other things are coming in the mail this week along with the plants. So we'll be good with garden decor. We'll be good with plants. I'm super stoked. And speaking of garden decor, I think we can always use more decor as well as more plants, right? And I just happen to have a DIY that is so adorable. We're going to do that in 1 second, but I wanted to tell you that in light of the audio issue that we have been experiencing lately, we decided today to, I'm filming most of the entire video on Steven's camera, but the DIY I'm filming with my camera. So we'll be able to tell, hopefully, if there's a difference. If it's my camera, that means it's something in the camera and not the surroundings, So why don't we go over to the workshop and make some flower pot gnomes? It's DIY time! Ooh, my favorite time. And it's our first DIY project for the garden. I couldn't be more thrilled. We have a great project today. It's super cute too. really easy. Anybody can make it. Just perfect for the garden or your porch or maybe outside of an entryway. We're gonna make some really cute gnomes out of terracotta pots. And here's what we need. Well, we need some terracotta pots, and you'll need two of them, one larger one and one smaller one. The smaller one needs to fit right on top of the larger one upside down like this. And you can do any size you want. We're gonna do a big one and a little one today. In addition to that, you'll need some paint. You could use either acrylic paints or just get some spray paint like this, because what we're going to do is paint our terracotta pots, okay? Next, we're going to need a little pom-pom for his hat and then a smaller pom-pom for his nose. You can also use a wood bead for his nose too, you know. And then, of course, we need something for his beard, and I just happen to have this faux fur left over from Christmas for the Santa mask, you know. It's going to be perfect for his beard. You could also use white felt or even some white strands from a mop head. You can get those at the Dollar Tree, and they even sell, like, you know, faux fur at the Dollar Tree too. So just something for his beard. And then we're also going to need our trusty glue gun. And like I said before, you can do any color you want and any size you want for our pots here. And what we're going to do is we're going to paint one pot one color for his hat, and the other color is going to be for his body. That's the larger pot, and that's the first thing we do. Yes, and ta-da! All right, so next we are going to work on our beard. So let's do it. Okay, so the first thing I did with the fur, with our fake fur, or those fake beards I had, was I cut it into the shape of a gnome's beard like that. And you can do that with your felt or the fur. And then we're going to take our hot glue gun and we're going to flip our large pot upside down, and we're going to hot glue our beard to the top, which is really the bottom, all the way around just like that. Okay, so let's do that. All right, and then we're going to flip our beard upside down, and we're going to put some more hot glue to secure him down to the pot. Just like that. There we go. All right, and now we're going to take our smaller pot, turn him upside down, and then we're going to hot glue him to the top like that. And I actually am going to use a combination of permanent glue and my hot glue gun, just because I know I'm putting mine outside and it'll be getting, you know, it'll have to deal with the weather and all that. So I'm just putting a little bit around the outside here. And I'm going to show you in one moment here that I got it a little bit going down, just a little bit there, just so that the it has a little more glue for the smaller pot to hold on to. And there we go. Okay, so now we have our beard and our hat in place here. Now we're going to take our larger pom-pom. Let's see. Oh, white looks good. All right, so I'm going to go with white, and we're just going to hot glue him right to the top of our smaller pot, which, you know, again, is the bottom. Okay, now we have a little pom-pom for his hat, and then we're going to take our smaller pom-pom, and maybe that's what I'll do with the red. I can't even really see. And we're going to attach him for a nose. But first, I saved, look, the mustache from the beard that I had, the fake Santa beard that I had. And you could also make one like this out of your felt or your faux fur too, if you want to add a little mustache to the front of him. And we would just hot glue him right to the center of his beard, almost touching that smaller pot. There. Look how cute. It looks cute, doesn't it? I went with a yellow nose. I don't know. I can't decide, so I just went with yellow. Ah. Isn't he cute? That's all there is to it. Isn't it a simple and fun project to do? And oh, don't they all cute? Here's the little one, look. If you are using acrylic paints, you know, make sure that they're like permanent paint and can get wet. And, you know, if they're not, or if you're unsure, go ahead and give them a spray with some acrylic spray on the outside of it, you know, just to keep that paint on there. That would be before you attach your beard and everything. You know, just because if you're going to put it outside, you want to make sure it has, it'll withstand the weather, you know. But there you have it, our garden pot gnomes.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing?
Oh, these are actually pretty cute, aren't they? They're gonna look great out on the porch or in the garden, or like I said, I think these would look nice on either side of like your entryway, your front door. They would look nice there too. And I'm happy with the way they turned out. Oh, and you little ones back there. Oh my goodness, I had a great time tonight, getting all excited about the garden. I did do some work over the weekend in the garden, which was nice to get my hands in the dirt. There's something about, just getting out there and getting in the dirt and connecting with the earth. I know it sounds corny, I know, but there's something to it, and it instills a sense of peace, a sense of connectivity, a sense of being present, and then of course as the garden grows, you're caring for something and you see everything grow. Well, I don't have to tell you, you know what I mean. If you've watched for a couple years now, I know I go on a little what do you call it? I talk about it a lot, about the connection with earth and gardening and stuff like that. But it is good therapy, and I do encourage anybody to grow something, even if it's in a pot, right? So, all right, I think we covered everything, right? Now, before I say goodbye today, definitely stick around to the end, because we have some viewer pictures to share, and they're all from the solar eclipse from last week, and they will knock your socks off. I put them together in a little montage, and it looks really good. And I just threw in at the end there, a stunning time lapse of the eclipse in Antarctica. So beautiful. So, all right. Well, I just want to make sure. Oh yeah, at the next solar eclipse, the next total solar eclipse will not be until August the 23rd of 2044. That would be for here in the U.S., So, all right. I kept you long enough tonight. Oh, I had a great time, and I hope you did too. Of course, I hope you did too. Thank you so much for spending your time with me this evening. It really does mean the world to me. It does. Check us out over on social media. That would be X and Facebook and Instagram, and all of our contact information is listed right down below. That's our P.O. box and our email address. If you have any questions on anything we did today, definitely shoot me an email and I'll get back to you, okay? Now stick around for the viewer pictures for our solar eclipse montage. Thank you again, everybody. You have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time, okay? Ciao, everybody. Mwah.
I just remember, I was like, Neil, did you see it? Did you see it? And he's like, yeah. And then next thing I know, he pops the question. And I'm so excited and nervous. And it's just, like Neil said, it's one of those things you're never going to forget.